You think you have time. That's the illusion life hands us at every stage. But when 75 quietly opens the door, it doesn't come in gently. It enters like a storm wearing a familiar face. Suddenly, every second feels louder. Every glance feels different. Every decision feels final. Before you even realize it, the world begins to shift beneath your feet. If you're watching this now, know this isn't a warning. It's an invitation, a truth-telling session not meant to scare, but to awaken. These are the 5 truths about life after 75 that no one tells you, but everyone needs to hear. Not in whispers, but in bold, undeniable truth. If you're under 75, consider this a map. If you're over, consider it a mirror. First, let's talk about the silence that follows you. Not because you chose it, but because the world did. Invisibility isn't something that suddenly appears, but something that gradually thickens around you like fog. At 75, it isn't uncommon to walk into a room and feel like a ghost. Your grandchildren look past you at their phones. The server at the restaurant asks your son what you'll be having, as if you're not capable of ordering a coffee. Even the TV seems to cater to a world where you're an afterthought. But here's the truth. You are not invisible. You are made of stories, stitched from experiences no algorithm can replicate. Every wrinkle, every scar, every memory is proof that you've survived the storms others haven't even imagined yet. Don't let the world silence you. Reclaim your voice. Share your stories. Laugh louder than the room expects. Ask questions people are afraid to answer. Visibility isn't something you earn back. It's something you decide never to give up in the first place. Then comes the betrayal of your own body, the second hard truth. It doesn't knock. It seeps in slowly, like a draft through an old window. Knees creak, eyes blur. Sleep becomes fragmented like old radio static. Things you once did without thinking, walking, lifting, even tying your shoes, now come with effort. You might start feeling like your body is no longer yours. But here's the twist. Your body hasn't betrayed you. It's been carrying you faithfully for over 7 decades. It deserves patience, kindness, and above all, respect. Movement becomes sacred. Stretching becomes prayer. That 10-minute walk in the morning, that's not a concession, that's a victory march. Your body doesn't have to be strong like it once was. It needs to be strong in the way you need it now. And when the pain comes, as it sometimes will, let it remind you not of what you've lost, but of what you've endured. Let your resilience echo in every breath. Third comes the solitude, dressed up as loneliness. It doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it arrives after a funeral. Sometimes it's hidden in the quiet of your home, in the single chair pulled out at dinner. Friends who once called every Sunday now call once a year, if at all. Children are caught in their own storms, and you, once the lighthouse, now sit in the dark, waiting for someone to dock. But you don't have to wait. You can be the storm breaker. Solitude can be a temple if you build rituals around it. Brew your morning tea as if you're welcoming an old friend. Write down memories not for yourself, but for those who will one day need them. Start conversations in grocery stores. Call that old friend you haven't spoken to in years. Loneliness wants you to sit still, but you, my friend, are still capable of movement, both physically and emotionally. Volunteer, mentor, create. Make someone else feel seen, and in doing so, you'll see yourself more clearly. Then there's the truth nobody wants to face: finances. You may have saved, you may have budgeted, but aging comes with surprise invoices, medications that weren't part of the plan, surgeries that arrive without warning, caregiving costs, and worst of all, emotional blackmail wrapped in guilt from people you once carried. There's this myth that aging means giving everything away, that generosity is the final act of love. But here's the truth. Dignity demands boundaries. Your money, like your time and energy, is sacred. Protect it. Have the hard conversations now. Put things in writing. Get professional advice. Teach your family that your value isn't in your wallet, it's in your wisdom. Say no when needed. Say yes when it fills your soul, not when it empties your savings. Empower yourself to be financially fierce, not apologetic. And finally, the truth that anchors everything else, your legacy. You won't be remembered for how many Christmas gifts you bought or how many times you picked up the tab. You'll be remembered for how you made others feel when they were around you, for the quiet grace with which you listened, for the way you laughed with your whole being, for the advice you gave not from books, but from broken bones and healed hearts. Your legacy isn't something you leave behind when you die. It's something you live into every day. Pass down stories like heirlooms. Record your voice. Make recipes with your grandchildren. Write letters to people you love. Plant trees you'll never sit under. That's immortality. That's what echoes. So if you've made it this far in the video, know this. You are part of a rare sacred group, one that has seen the world change in unimaginable ways. You survived loss, war, love, heartbreak, and healing. You don't owe anyone quiet acceptance. You owe yourself fierce authenticity. Let the final chapters of your life be the most courageous. Wake up with purpose. Dress like it matters. Speak like your words shape the world, because they do. After 75, the goal isn't just to survive, it's to thrive on your terms, to love yourself more boldly, to protect your peace more fiercely, to walk into every room like you belong, because you do. Let the world feel your presence, even if it's uncomfortable. Let them remember your name, not for what you did, but for how deeply you lived. And when the lights dim and the crowd thins, may you sit in your favorite chair with a heart full of stories and a soul that knows peace. Because this life, especially after 75, isn't an ending. It's a masterpiece in motion. So comment below. Share this with someone you love. Let's keep this conversation alive. Because the truth isn't just hard, it's beautiful, and it's yours to tell. Life after 75 isn't a slow winding down. It's a turning point. It's when time suddenly feels louder and more urgent, but also more meaningful. This stage of life isn't about endings. It's about awakening to what truly matters and embracing each moment with clarity and courage. Feeling invisible is one of the hardest truths. The world might start to look past you, speak over you, or forget you're even in the room. But that doesn't mean you're gone. Your life is stitched with moments that matter. You are not someone to overlook. You're someone with stories that deserve to be heard. Now is the time to speak louder, not quieter. Your body may feel unfamiliar. Things that were once effortless now take intention. But this isn't failure. It's just a new chapter in the relationship with the body that's carried you through every season. Movement becomes a celebration. Rest becomes a ritual. And resilience, it shows up in every step you still take. There's a difference between solitude and loneliness. Loneliness whispers that you've been left behind, but solitude can be transformed into connection, ritual, and purpose. You don't have to wait for the phone to ring. You can be the one to reach out, create, teach, or simply show up where you're needed. That spark you carry, it still lights fires in others. Money doesn't stop mattering with age. If anything, the need to protect your peace and your independence becomes more vital. Being generous is beautiful, but not at the cost of your well-being. Financial dignity is just as important as emotional strength. Set boundaries. Own your choices. Teach others to value your presence, not your possessions. Legacy isn't built in a single act. It's lived every day. It's in the kindness you show, the memories you pass down, and the way you make people feel seen. It's not about being remembered someday. It's about being remembered right now, in the way you live, love, and lead by example. So don't shrink back. This chapter isn't small. It's rich, bold, and yours to shape. Let the world feel your presence. Let your days echo with purpose. This isn't the end of your story. It's the part they'll talk about long after the final page.